Survival horror CRONOS. The New Dawn has been released on PS5 and other platforms. I played it and want to share my first impressions with you and tell you a little about the game mechanics. According to the plot, in the 1980s, a catastrophe occurred in the world, which led to the formation of a wasteland and the appearance of monsters called Orphans. The player, in the role of a wanderer dressed in a spacesuit, must explore the ruins of human civilization in the past and try to extract the souls of some of the dead people from there in order to change the present. You have to admit, this is a very intriguing premise that encourages you to play through the game. Let me remind you that the developers of CRONOS also created a remake of Silent Hill 2, so the combat system is similar to what we saw there. But here it is a little more responsive and comfortable, even slightly reminiscent of Dead Space. But there are nuances. The hero has access to firearms, hand strikes, and kicks to the ground, and it would seem that the formula of shoot at the legs, then run up and finish them off in close combat to save ammunition would work here. But no, the damage from punches and kicks is so low that you can only finish off a very weak character or one with little health left. In addition, melee attacks do not interrupt enemy attacks, and trying to finish them off to save resources can end up costing you both healing and ammunition, or even killing you if there is more than one enemy. The main feature of CRONOS is that a living orphan can merge with the corpse of a fellow orphan. This is expressed in a change in appearance, increased health, and damage. To prevent this from happening, you need to burn the corpses or prevent anyone from approaching them. The nuance is that in order to burn a corpse, you need to have a charge for a flamethrower in reserve, and you can only carry one such charge with you. You can craft it, but the resources for this are quite rare, and without leveling up, you can only carry enough to craft one charge for a flamethrower. In general, there are enough cartridges scattered around the level and dropped by enemies to shoot them all and avoid close combat, but only if you don't let the orphans merge or use the explosive barrels and gasoline cans placed around the location to set enemies on fire. Due to the lack of resources, ammunition, poor health, and strong enemies, CRONOS creates a feeling of constant tension. But there are no dodges here, as in Silent Hill 2, for example, and there are no difficulty levels. Therefore, the player has to accept the rules, search every corner, and always be attentive. If you ask me if the game is scary, I would say no rather than yes. It's dark and foggy. There are all kinds of creepy sounds and rustles, and there are ugly monsters, but it doesn't cause me any fear, goosebumps, or even disgust. Silent Hill was creepy in places, but for some reason this game isn't. It feels more like the Callisto Protocol. However, the tension of encountering enemies in CRONOS is off the charts, so it definitely succeeds as a survival game, but its status as a horror game is questionable. I should note that these are my first impressions after 3 hours of gameplay, and maybe everything will change after 5 or 10 hours, but for now, that's how it is.